Since they began to publish photos about the special episode to celebrate the 30th anniversary of the franchise, all the fans began to have doubts if the Alpha that appears in the photos is Alpha 5. Throughout the history of the franchise there have been several Alphas. The most famous is Alpha 5 and is the one who was with the Mighty Morphin. Due to the fact that the Mighty Morphin also appears in this special and that the suit of this Alpha is identical to that of Alpha 5, this is why many of us had thought that it is Alpha 5. Walter, the actor who plays Zack, the Black Ranger, published a video promoting a script of the special episode with all the autographs of the main characters. In all of these autographs we can see that the actor who plays Alpha and all these actors usually write their autograph and write the name of the character below. In this autograph we can see that the actor wrote Alpha 9. Although if we look closely, it also looks like a 9.5, but this would not be normal since no Alpha has had a point after his number. With this confirmed, then we can say that we already know of the existence of Alpha 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, and 55. Nothing has been known about Alpha 2, 3, and 8, and perhaps in this special episode they can give us more details about what happened with Alpha 8. If you don't know the history of Alpha, then let's talk about this whole history so that you can know about all of these Alphas. An advanced robot from another planet who obeyed Zordon's every command and on several occasions was the Power Rangers' mentor. Alpha was programmed to help the Rangers, but also had a good friendship with Zordon and was loyal to him. Although many think that there is only one Alpha, the reality is that there are several and many people can confuse them because they look very similar. The most famous is Alpha 5, the first to appear in the television series. There is also Alpha 6, who was programmed by his brother Alpha 5. These two robots are constantly confused as they are almost the same, but later we will see their differences. Before Alpha 5 appeared in Zordon's life, there was Alpha 4, who was also Zordon's assistant and only appeared in 2 episodes in the entire series. The first episode he appears in is Wild West Part 2, where we get to see an old command center and Alpha 4. The other episode he appears in, only his body appears inside a box in the episode where Golder and Rito explode the command center. However, it is said that this character was the one who helped Zordon build the command center and found the power coins. There is a very interesting fact about Alpha 4 and Alpha 5, and it is that when Power Rangers started, in the first episodes we can see that the Alpha 5 suit had the shoulders more attached to the arms. Then, in later episodes, we can see that his shoulders changed to be detached from his arms, and this ends up being Alpha's official form. Basically, the production team made a small change to the suit and Alpha 4 was supposed to have been like that too. But he also had his shoulders detached from his arms since they used the same Alpha 5 suit to represent Alpha 4 since the first episode where he appears was aired in Season 2. Even so, if we look closely, we can see that there are scenes where Alpha 5 has his shoulders both ways when the scene changes. This happens because the production team used old scenes recorded with the first Alpha 5 suit with the shoulders attached to the arms. When Power Rangers Turbo started, Alpha 5 had another revamped body, but it was still Alpha 5. It was a brighter body with blue parts instead of black, and the lightning bolt on its chest had changed. In addition to this, His head no longer had the small sphere in the center and his body was thicker. In the third episode of Power Rangers Turbo, Alpha 5 and Zordon went to the planet Elter, but Alpha 6, Alpha 5's brother, appeared. Alpha 6 had the exact same new body as Alpha 5, but his personality was very different. Alpha 6 had a funnier and more masculine voice, as well as having more energetic moves and attitude. This Alpha started from Power Rangers Turbo being an assistant to the Power Rangers, until Power Rangers Lost Galaxy episode number 44 when the ship explodes and the Red Ranger takes him in his transport, but in the middle of another explosion, Alpha 6 is blown away and falls to Earth. After this, Alpha 6 had not appeared anything else in the entire franchise, but after 8 years he returned in episode number 21 of Power Rangers Operation Overdrive, in which Adam the Black Ranger appears. In this episode, Adam needs help with technology and so he seeks Alpha 6 and reactivates him. This is the episode that many get confused and think is the last episode of Alpha 5, but this is Alpha 6, and although each robot shares the same memories, they are not really the same robot. We can see this at the beginning of Power Rangers Turbo when Zordon and Alpha 5 reappear. At that point, Alpha 6 and Alpha 5 were in the same place. The only difference is that Alpha 5 was wearing his first suit, but the one with the shoulders detached from the arms, which is basically his official suit. In the Forever Red episode we can also see another Alpha, and this one is number 7. Many have said that Alpha 7 is the same as Alpha 5, but with some changes. Alpha 7 has the same body as Alpha 6, but its head is not shiny, it has an opaque color, similar to the first Alpha 5 suit. Still, it is not the same head since Alpha 5's old head has a sphere in the center and Alpha 7's head does not have the sphere. Another thing that supports the theory that Alpha 5 and Alpha 7 are the same robot, is that his voice is the same as it is played by the same actor, plus his personality should be the same. This is known since in that episode Alpha 7 had more dialogue in a conversation with Cole before entering the briefing room, but they cut that part in post-production. Talking a little more about Alpha 5, it comes from the planet Edenoi and was created by King Lashin. Alpha 4 also comes from the same planet, however, Alpha 6 and 7 are from planet Earth. These are the Alphas that appear in the TV series, but in the comics there are more. Here, we get to meet Alpha 1, a robot that was also built on Edenoi by King Lashin. This robot was built to be a warrior and not a helper like Alpha 5. This is why, at one point, Alpha 1 gets upset with Zordon for not destroying Rita sooner and has a mental breakdown. Because of this, Alpha 1 wants to take down Zordon and the Power Rangers to seek out warriors and destroy evil. Another mention we have of Alpha in the comics is in the universe of Lord Draken, as he had used the parts of Alpha 5 from his world to merge it with Finster and create what would be Finster 5. The last Alpha we have knowledge of is Alpha 55, which appears in Power Rangers Hyperforce. This Alpha was built in the year 3015 and Jen Scotts programmed it to help Power Rangers Time Force. If you like Alpha, like this video, and subscribe to this channel for more Power Rangers robots.